Alrighty, I'm pretty sure we are recording now. And, well, before I get started, um, so I've had a bit of a rough weekend. Some stuff happened. Everything's fine now, but, yeah, then I got sick today, so if y'all could say a prayer for me, I'd really appreciate that. But, so yes, I had to cancel chess club today, which is unfortunate, but thank you for everyone who has been patient with me in that, and I wanted to go ahead and make a recording and try and put something out there to kind of make up. And so hopefully I'll be able to make more recordings as well. That way we can get some more content and people can learn some stuff. So, but tonight I thought it would be good to do some puzzles. And we're going to go ahead and start with Puzzle Streak. And Puzzle Streak in Lichess, it starts off at a lower rating, and you go higher, and if you miss one, you have to start over. So by doing this, it would be a good way to improve your tactical awareness. I think if I talk through some of the stuff, some of these positions that I have not seen before, so be a good little exercise for me as well. So let's get into it. In this position, we are playing with the black pieces, and if you look at the material, there's a knight, so we each have a knight, each have a queen, two rooks. Let's look at the pawns. It's 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 4, 6, 7. So everything is equal material here. If you look at king safety, we got our queen, and this knight kind of eyeing this way. So king isn't too safe. Our king is very safe. So whenever you're looking for some sort of tactical advantage in your position, look at king safety first. And that's going to be probably most of these first starting off if I had to guess. So any forced checks, captures, attacks would be kind of the what's the word I'm looking for? The order that you would look for when you think about forcing moves. So in this position, as far as checks go, we have 2 checks. Actually, we have 4. Yeah, this one. I forgot about those 2. This one and this one. There we go. These 3 don't make sense because our queen would just be lost in those. And this one is actually a checkmate because the knight holds the pawn and the king can't go anywhere because this rook just moved over. So that is going to be the solution. And you may have thought when you first looked at this that it would be this, which forks the queen and the rook. And that would probably also be winning as well, even after, well, actually no, because there's this knight move. So, well, yeah, it would. So like this here, you take, I guess we could play our knight here, if they would take. So we would get a pawn, but this is just winning on the spot, so this is the correct move. And alright, this one, again, it's king position. Let's count the material at least real fast. So looks like we're down a bishop. And pawns, 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 6, 8. So 2 pawns for a bishop. And this position, since there's no pawn right here, and this one is also captured, this diagonal is very weak. And because our knight controls these dark squares, we have this nice little queen check combination. King moves over, this is checkmate. If the king were to go here, this would also be checkmate. King, can't go anywhere else. So, pretty simple one. And they will progressively get harder. So, and because the king has moved this way, in this position, well, let's count the material. Getting ahead of myself. So they have a queen and we have a rook, so we're down a little bit. The king was just checked and it just moved to this square. So we can check with the knight, and then when the king moves, we can win this queen. That is the solution. Alright, in this position, this is another king attack that we've got going. So, looking at stuff, this knight cannot be taken because this bishop is looking this way. The king can't go anywhere, and this pawn is hit twice, so this is just a checkmate with the bishop here, because the rook also holds this square, and the knight holds these two squares, and unfortunately this knight blocks the king, so it's just a little checkmate. Alright, in this position, we are down a bishop, it looks like. Yeah, we're down a bishop. The pawns, we have an extra pawn, so. But if you look at the king, again, none of these pieces are defending it. So we have the queen and the rook looking this way, and we can give this check, and wherever the king moves, the queen can checkmate here next. So that is the solution. And this is a nice little tactic. So this is a combination of king safety and the fact that this pawn is overloaded. So it's defending this pawn, it's also defending this queen. So it can't do both things at the same time, so we can give this check, and after, if the king moves, it's just checkmate next, right? So they don't need to do that, so they'd have to take this rook, and after that we can take this queen. So that is the solution, and we will be up a queen. Well, sorry. Will be a queen for a rook, so that would be winning. Alright, this position, if you guessed it, yep, it's king safety. So the king can't go anywhere right now because this pawn holds this square and this square, and the rook holds this, and the fact that these two pieces are blocking. So this check would be really devastating, and after the bishop moves, we can just take it. That is the solution, because that is checkmate. Alright, this is a little interesting one. So, give you a few seconds. I keep solving these very fast, so if I'm going too fast, I'm sorry. Alright, so again, it's all about king safety. Now there are some pieces over here defending, but it's not going to be enough, it looks like. And this rook is attacking our queen, but we don't need to move it necessarily. So remember, checks captures attacks in that order. this check looks really nice, because if the rook takes, we have this, and that's checkmate. And I don't see another way out of that, because the king can't move, because our queen would cover. So that is the solution here. Alrighty. And in this one, again, even though our queen is undefended, the king is more important. And because we have this rook, and the queen covers these two squares, pawn takes is actually checkmate. Checkmate by a pawn. So in this position, it's not an immediate checkmate because we don't have enough pieces attacking the king. But the king is still vulnerable to some checks with our queen. Maybe along these dart squares or this square right here. And hopefully you see that this rook is not defended. So if you combine those two ideas, our queen can go here, check the king, and then we can win this rook. Alright, in this position, the king is on the edge of the board, and we have this rook kind of cutting it off. It is attacked, so we need to be mindful of that. And this rook is also looking kind of this way. The knight is also here to help the rook. So we can force this king to move by moving the rook here, because the knight is defending it. And wherever it moves, it has to move here or here next. Let me get rid of some of these. Either way, this rook can go here or here and attack, and that should be checkmate. Yep. And some of this is just about like improving your ability to look ahead and see things, like especially with forcing moves, because you can calculate it. You can calculate like all the little variations and stuff. And this position is also about king safety. And this black king has not castled yet. So in this position, we have this nice queen check, it looks like. And if the king goes here, I believe we have this rook sacrifice, and then we can checkmate, because the bishop is also looking this way. If this pawn pushes, I'm pretty sure we can just take the pawn with the rook. And we are threatening to move the rook and check the king. And then when the king moves again, just go here and checkmate. And if this knight goes here, after rook here, I'm pretty sure we can get this double check and still force the king to move and checkmate. So that looks like the correct solution to me. They didn't play that out, but that's what should have happened. Sometimes they don't play them all out, and I don't really like that, because you can't, like, sometimes you don't know why a certain move is correct. But it's okay. I'll try to explain things as best I can. And you can always go back and see in the analysis as well. So, alrighty, what is this? What is this? This one is taking me a minute. So, does that? Does that work? Maybe. So this king is, it looks like it's defended somewhat well. because we got the rook, the knight, bishop, kind of all around here. But this bishop, it looks like we could just win a bishop, because as long as the pawn is here, sorry, as long as our queen is here, this pawn cannot take. So let's say after we take this, king takes, we have this check, which forces the king to move, most like probably back, yeah, and then we can win this rook. And there's no check along here because the queen is here. So yeah, that looks pretty good to me. Just double checking. Yep. Okay. This position, let's see. So 2 rooks for a queen is generally equal-ish. Probably the 2 rooks are better, I would say, in most positions, because they can double up and kind of, they can be very powerful like that. We do have this passed pawn though, so that is very important because we just want to promote. And looking at this, actually, this rook moved here, which defends against this check. So this rook has a job, because if we get this check in and this rook is not defended, we'll just take it, and that'll just be winning even without this pawn. This rook is also guarding this pawn from pushing, so it's overloaded. It's looking at these 2 squares, so we should just be able to push this pawn, and if the rook takes, we get this check and we win this rook. If they don't take, we'll push it again, and this pawn will probably promote, and that'll just be winning for us. Oh, nope, that's not it. Okay. Why is that incorrect? I don't like this. I don't like that one. Why is that incorrect? Now I want to find out why. What happens after this? You go here. That one should be rated higher, in my opinion. Well, let's go again. We'll just keep doing these. Sometimes you get them wrong, and that's okay. Yeah, this is the free rook. Right, making sure I'm not missing some sort of checkmate. I don't think we have anything. That's just a checkmate in 2. That's a checkmate. I'm going through these kind of fast, so these first ones anyway. So is this a free bishop? Yeah, I think that's just a free bishop. This is like this here, and then that's checkmate. That looks really good, maybe? Yeah, because we have this queen check. This one, I think we can probably simplify, or better yet, that's just checkmate, yeah. See if we simplify, yeah, it'd probably be a draw if we did that. Yeah, it would be a draw. Okay. This knight can be traded, then we can take this bishop for free. It's not just really good. Hold up. Here. Yeah, okay. Seeing stuff that's not there. That'll happen sometimes too. That should, yeah, that's just checkmate. Wait, what is this? This looks like a really good move. Because it hits the bishop and the rook. Do I have anything better? I don't see a way to attack the king at all. Yeah, I think that's just good. I'm looking at this diagonal. This doesn't look like it does anything, I don't think. Oh, but there's this move, which is a check, and then this queen can be taken after the king moves. So that is the solution. Ooh, this is a famous trap. I think this is the intercontinental ballistic missile gambit, maybe. It's when this bishop is here, or sometimes here even, and you can take this pawn, and the king has to take. There's no other move, and then this queen is undefended. You can take the queen. So there's that. Sometimes it doesn't quite work. Like it works, but sometimes this pawn is here. Or like this bishop is out. So like they can get this check. Or no, the knight has to be out too. Yeah, and then like after the queen takes, the rook will also take. But I think in that line you can get a pawn, if I'm remembering right. But I'll never play this gambit. So yeah, just get that. So that is something for me to check out. Alright, this one seems pretty straightforward. We take this bishop when the queen takes. We move this bishop here. And even though we sacrifice the rook, we're winning the queen for the bishop and the rook. So it should be slightly better for us. That's a check. We can just avoid that. Right? Yeah. Okay, this one, what we got going on here? It looks like we can just take this knight, and when the bishop takes our queen, we can give this check. The king moves over, we take this queen. Sorry. Yeah, that's just good. Oh, this one is interesting. I want to sacrifice the rook, I think. Because if I move this rook here and like the king takes, I get this bishop. My queen gets out. Right now my queen is really trapped. I can't go anywhere. I can go here. That's it. Looking at the material, I'll be down, but maybe there's some sort of tactic after that. Let me look at this a second. So I don't see a concrete way to. Okay, so let's calculate this first. All right, rook here, king takes, queen takes the bishop. We check. If the king goes here, Is there an immediate way? Well, we can start picking up pawns, maybe. But everything is defended, like this, and this is defended. Or maybe it's something like this, and if the pawn pushes, then we have this move. I wonder if that's it. Because after that, like, we'd have this check. We're threatening. Bishop here. I think this would be winning. Maybe we could attack this pawn as well. I don't see how, like if the queen goes here, we can make an attack. Because it would be pinned. I think that's good. No? Alright. King takes. Queen takes. I didn't think that was good though. Oh, because there's some sort of checkmate in the middle of the board that I didn't calculate all the way through, maybe. Let's look at the so that one's a bishop. Yeah, I didn't see all that. But I mean, who's gonna see all that? Like, what was wrong with that other one? That's insane. Okay. Yeah, because we can't take this because then this one falls. Let's checkmate. We take this one. Queen could actually take. And if we take this one, that's checkmate. And if after this, queen takes, pawn takes, so check, we go here, we're just down too much, so not doing good tonight, man. Alright, well, let's keep going. It's just a free thingy. Good night. Oh, this looks like an end game. That is just okay. Yeah. That's just free rook. After this, yep. Yeah, we can give this a check and then take this bishop with the rook. This attacks the bishop and rook at the same time, but we have this move. So, didn't see that at first, but it's fine. This is checkmate, so that's, yeah. This check here, checkmate, yeah. That's just mate 2. No, it's not. Man, I'm not seeing stuff tonight. I don't know. There's days like that, though. That, no. Yeah. Because that's checkmate. So it's not even about this over here on this side. It's just about checkmating. Yep, you You can lose all your pieces, but if you checkmate, you win. So that's what matters. Is this something? What about this? Oh no, it's not that. It's this. Take, check, and get this back. Right. What's the material at though? So we take a knight, they take a queen, let's take their queen. And does this bishop go back here? Am I not seeing something? Look at this again. Move this rook, just they have to go here. There's a no knight check after that. Because right now they're up at knight, so knight. Oh right, I'll take a knight first. That's silly me. That's the solution. Not counting stuff. Right here. King here, that's checkmate. Some of this is just easy pattern recognition. It's not so much calculating. Like this one. It's just yeah, we can run this pawn. And if they ever get in here, we can go this way, eat these, and then push. So that's, this check is just winning. Let's see, this might be winning on the spot. Because if the knight moves, then we can promote. Even if the rook defends the knight, we can just promote this way. So okay, so check. Hold the phone. Let's take a minute. Alright, so what is this? Oh, okay, I see it now. I see it. So we can take this rook. King takes. We take this pawn. If they run back, we push so that these two pawns are connected. Like there's a pawn here and here. If the king ever takes this one, we can promote. So we're just winning because the king can't get off of. Sorry, can't go away from those two squares. And we can just push and probably get this one. So alright, best move for black here. I think we can just take this. Sorry, push this. Up the rook here, we push again. Rook here, push again. Just be a rook up. Have to just worry about stopping this pawn, but I think we could run our king close enough. Maybe give a check or two. Yep. Oh, this is a nice little one. Hold up. I say that. I'm missing stuff. Oh, wow. I miss stuff all the time, y'all. it's kind of funny. So this looks like a good move, and I guess we can go here next. And threaten to win the queen. And what about the queen move somewhere? So like here, here, here. Maybe we could keep giving checks, but it seems like there should be something better. Although this is kind of annoying. Just have this, yeah. I don't know. Try this. It didn't show the solution. Oh well. I mean, that felt like the right move, but yeah, sometimes you don't know why something is correct. This one I think just hit the rook with the queen. If the pawn takes, we get this check. They go here, we get this check. Get this pawn. Move over, promote. Our king is safe, relatively, because of this bishop. These two pawns, so we don't have to worry about the queen attacking us. Yep, that's correct. This one, let's see. Alright, so these two are defending each other. This pawn is... See, I don't think it's... Let's see, is it this? Actually, it might be that. I'm just wondering after, like, here. I guess we could take... This might be winning as well, but... This just attacks the rook on the spot. What did they take? Sorry. Take. Yeah, that's still... I think that's still winning. Because this bishop can stop this pawn. Can't I go here? Yeah, I think that's good. Or hold up. No, yeah, that's good, because if we take this, they just take this, so, yeah. Queen. Alrighty. This one. Bishop here looks interesting. I think that's correct. If they took our queen, we take their rook, so... But first we take the queen with check, right? Or do we take the rook first? We could always move the bishop back. See, our knight is covering the queen, so it's not going anywhere. Or sorry, our knight is covering the bishop. I think we can just take this. If we take this first, I can play this. We calculate, so takes, take. What we got? We got two rooks, right, versus, yeah, I mean, that looks good. Yeah, why not? Just keep it simple. No, it's taking this. difference. Go here. Or wait, did I say the one thing and then do the other thing? It's just this. Okay, so what about this? Wait, what? Let's check. Oh, because they were wanting this, maybe.